Hello and welcome to the news at 5. I'm Olumide Macaulay. Thank you for joining us. Reports indicate that violent clashes between rival insurgent groups in northeastern Nigeria have resulted in the death of about 200 fighters in the Lake Chad region. According to the AFP, the confrontation erupted between Boko Haram and Islamic State West Africa province in Dogon Chiku on the shores of Lake Chad. The latest hostilities are part of a continuing power struggle for territorial control, driven largely by ideological differences. A former Boko Haram member who has renounced violence but continues to monitor activities in the area told the news agencies that around 200 ISWAP fighters were killed, with several weapons seized during the encounter. Boko Haram reportedly lost 4 fighters in the battle. Since splitting in 2016, both factions have competed for dominance around the Lake Chad Basin, a vast freshwater region shared by Nigeria, Niger, Cameroon and Chad, which serves as a strategic base for launching attacks. Islamic State for West Africa province, which aligns itself with Islamic State network, has gained prominence in recent years. The ongoing rivalry intensified after the death of Boko Haram leader Abubakar Shekau during clashes in Sambisa Forest in 2021. Residents of Rafinkada community in Ukari local government area of Taraba State are lamenting the recurring killing of their people by hoodlums. The residents who staged a peaceful protest resolved through dialogue between the Tivs and Jukun tribes to end the mutual suspicion and build trust amongst residents.
Women and children of Rafinkada community in Bukari local government area of Taraba State follows unending ambush and killing of residents by hoodlums, leading to mutual suspicion between the thieves and Jukun residents. The protest ends in a meeting organized by a retired military officer from the area.
This country has given me so much, and then I have to give back to the community, because it's better you stop crisis from the incendiary stage than allowing it to grow. It will be more difficult for security agencies to tackle it.
Representatives of the Christian Association of Nigeria and youth groups believe that dialogue will douse tension, eliminate suspicion, and encourage them to fight their common enemy for enduring peace.
Unity is very important in the community. Unity is very important in the politicians' area. Unity is very important in our state. Unity is very important in southern Taraba. So I'm charging us to be one. Wherever, every position, in every position that you are appointed to, try by all means to fear God.
For a long time now, we have been looking for such a venue to dialogue with our neighbors for peace to return to our community. Just after our protest, the State Commissioner of Police assured of beefing up security along that axis.
Governor Agbo Kefas, represented by the chairman, Bukari local government area, says efforts are in top gear to ensure that no further loss of lives is recorded in the area.
The Commissioner of Police came and she assisted by deploying some policemen who are patrolling this site. That is why you can see since that time, since that incident, nothing like that has happened again. So we are still hoping for more security men, for more equipment and more working materials. We have appealed to His Excellency, maybe if he can assist us with more motorcycles, which we will deploy, we'll give it to the security men and our youth that will be patrolling this road.
As residents roll out their drums in celebration of the return of peace to the community, the event concludes with the empowerment of widows and business owners who recorded losses due to the attacks.
Now, staying with security, the governor of Kaduna State, Senator Ubasani, has warned politicians and those he describes as conflict merchants to stop politicizing insecurity in the name of criticizing government policy, saying in his opinion that such exploitation undermines unity and national security. The governor, who made the call when he hosted top directors of the Department of State Security Services from the Northwest Zone in his office, decries the antics of politicians who, he says, run down the image of the country in the name of playing opposition politics. Let me put this thing. Well, people are dying now. Abi, what are you?
Because we need to desist from politicizing the issue of security. For me, security is something that we must be careful about politicizing it. Politics is different from security. A lot of people who are privileged, like us, try to encourage insecurity merchants who only benefit when there is insecurity in our own society. We can do our politics, but we should desist from politicizing security. When leaders of religion begin to say that you are not practicing what is right, you are now elevating yourself to a position where you are not supposed to do that. So that's the reason why in Kaduna we made it clear to everyone. We have zero tolerance for religious merchants. Zero tolerance for people who are trying to divide our people. The next thing we are trying to do is to ensure that our people live together in one location. It's just about one thing. It's about justice. It's about inclusivity. That is the way to go. When we were elected, I told everyone, yeah, there are some part of Kaduna that didn't vote for me. But today, because of inclusivity, because of the fact that we relegated politics, we elevated governance.
Residents of the Yan Kwada village in Farung Ruwa community of Shanoni local government area in Kano state are in a state of panic after bandits launched a fresh attack on the community, abducting 5 women and including nursing mothers in the number of those women that were abducted. According to the local sources, the heavily armed assailants stormed the village in large numbers, firing gunshots into the air to scare residents before breaking into homes and seizing their victims. The source further revealed that 2 of the abducted women later regained their freedom under unclear circumstances, while 3 others remain in captivity. The latest attack comes barely a week after a joint military operation reportedly engaged bandits in a fierce gun battle in the same area, killing 19 of them. Despite that operation, locals say the threat of further attacks remains high. Residents are now calling on security agencies and the Kano state government to intensify patrols and sustain military presence in the border communities between Kano and Katsina, where bandits' incursions have become frequent. As at press time, police authorities in Kano are yet to issue an official statement regarding the latest incident. Personnel of the forward operating base of the Nigerian Navy, Ibaka, have rescued a 10-man crew from a distressed vessel, the MV Sema 3, which was en route to Calabar from Equatorial Guinea. Acting on a distress call, a naval gunboat equipped with submersible pump was immediately deployed to rescue the ship, which you can see. The team promptly evacuated all occupants, comprising 1 Cameroonian, 1 Equatorial Guinean, and 8 Nigerians who've been received at the FOB Ibaka. The National Emergency Management Agency is calling for strong legislative support to ensure sustainable funding and effective disaster response across the country. The Director of Planning, Research and Forecasting at the agency made the call at a legislative retreat in Abuja. Now, he says disaster management is no longer a social welfare issue, but a national security priority that requires greater investment in preparedness, people and technology. Our correspondent Benny Ark reports.
Today, we build resilience.
The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, is hosting this legislative retreat in Abuja to strengthen collaboration with the National Assembly on effective disaster management and policy reforms.
Technical session. It promises
with the theme Building a Resilient Nigeria, strengthening legislative collaboration for effective emergency management. The retreat brought together lawmakers, development partners from the World Bank and UNICEF, as well as state emergency management agencies. The forum seeks to bridge the gap between policy and practice, focusing on stronger preparedness, early warning systems, and reliable funding for disaster response.
Disaster management by its nature demands constant investment in readiness, not only in relief material, but in systems, people, data, and technology. This is why NEMA continues to advocate for stronger and more predictable funding to sustain national preparedness and response capabilities.
Federal lawmakers in their remarks reaffirmed the government's commitment to building national resilience through better legislative and policy support.
Strengthening collaboration between the legislature and implementing agencies such as NEMA is therefore critical to building a truly resilient Nigerian society. I assure you of our continued support, commitment to strengthening legislative frameworks and promoting accountability and ensuring that our emergency response institutions are empowered to deliver and deliver effectively.
Let us commit to stronger legislative collaboration with the agency, because when we legislate for resilience, we protect our people, safeguard development, and secure our nation's future.
The retreat is expected to yield practical strategies to strengthen oversight, boost funding, and enhance coordination for a safer, more resilient Nigeria. Benny Ark, Channels Television News.
The governor of Kogi State, Usman Ododo, is calling on residents of rural communities to safeguard government projects in their areas to ensure they serve the people properly. He made the appeal during an inspection tour of ongoing projects initiated by his administration in Kababunu local government. He assured the residents that his government will continue to prioritize the welfare and development of rural communities so they can fully experience the positive impact of government initiatives.
The governor of Kogi State, accompanied by some of his aides, are here in Kababunu to inspect some of the projects initiated by his administration. His first stop, amid cheers by the people, is in Agbadu, where he inspected a primary health care center, which is nearing completion. He appreciates President Bola Tinubu for the support given to Kogi State, as he assures the people that he will do his best to improve their standard of living, especially in the rural communities.
This project was initiated by Mr. President, charging the sub-nationals to key into his vision, a vision of giving back to the people that owns this project, the people that entrusted their mandate upon all of us to serve them. And of course, we are here for the inspection, and very soon, within a shortest period of time, within this year, this will be commissioned.
Governor Dodo also inspected another primary health care center at the Ayegunle-Bunlu. Beyond embarking on new projects, the governor also completed some other unfinished ones started by his predecessor, to the delight of the Olu of Okebukun, who is full of appreciation.
That number one citizen of Kogi State, if you imagine this feat on our soil, it is history indeed.
The erosion control site, a World Bank project, the State University Kaba, and some ongoing and completed projects were also inspected by the governor, who expressed satisfaction with the level and quality of job executed by the contractors.
I'm always on the run to make sure I deliver, to make sure I get pass mark in all administrative governance, both political and economic-wise.
After the inspection, the Kababunu security base, built and equipped to tame insecurity in the area, is commissioned.
To commission into use this edifice so that our people can be better protected and secure. Thank you and God bless you. Thank you.
As the governor concludes the inspection of the projects in Kogi West Central District of the state, residents are optimistic that all ongoing projects will be completed and commissioned to serve the people of the area.
The National Agricultural Land Authority signs an MOU with private partners. We'll tell you what they signed and why after the break on the news at 5. Please Please stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching the news at 5. Expert neurologists say a new study has revealed that vascular health and lifestyle adjustment have direct links with human memory and cognition. Presenting the result of a research that lasted over a year on the causes of dementia amongst Nigerians, neurologists have submitted that health risks to the heart, which could be genetic or acquired through lifestyle approaches, have direct impact on brain health, which could also result in expedited aging for the brain and result in many cases to dementia.
A new report by neurologists on health risks to the heart, which could be genetic or acquired through lifestyle approaches, also results in expedited aging of the brain and in many cases leads to dementia. The goal of the study, domiciled at the Institute of Advanced Medical Research and Training, College of Medicine, University of Ibadan, is to contribute to the knowledge and understanding of the neurobiology and mechanisms of vascular cognitive brain disorders in a population of African ancestry. Over the last 3 years, the project, supported by various health associations, enrolled and followed 1,000 adults aged 50 and above living in Ibadan, North Local Government Area of Oyo State. It found high levels of hypertension, elevated cholesterol, diabetes, physical inactivity, and widespread use of non-prescription medicines among participants. About 14% of the individuals showed signs of memory decline.
People who are physically fit had better memory functions. And then we found that people who had diabetes, hypertension, people who were not socially connected, people who were socially isolated, had poorer memory functions. So also people who are taking non-prescription medicine. Of course, there was also some traditional findings in the sense that memory function was worse in women than men, and memory function was worse in people who were older than younger individuals.
The research also shows that fitness levels decline with age, and women were found to have slightly lower levels of physical fitness, which is a biological marker linked to memory problems.
Activity, linking up with your community, being a useful part of the world, controlling hypertension if it exists, eating well, not eating burgers.
Some of the experts urge the government to encourage public awareness campaigns about healthy living, bolster community and hospital health screening programs, and improve economic conditions to enable individuals purchase wholesome food.
National Orientation Agency and some other NGOs and government agencies, they should take it up as their own responsibilities to encourage people to always check their health status and to encourage people to always exercise and to eat well. And the government too should make sure that they take care of the welfare of the people in terms of maybe job opportunities, good salaries that will make people to eat well.
The workshop challenges participants to share the knowledge gained with other members of the community who participated in the research and also take responsibility for personal application of the findings of the Valiant project.
Welcome to Business News. The National Agricultural Land Development Authority has signed an MOU with private partners to boost cassava production and manage the Renewed Hope mega farm estate in Ekiti State. The move aims to scale cassava output, strengthen food security, and position Nigeria more competitively in the global cassava market.
We visited Agbewa farms. And what we saw that day changed my direction as a chief executive, it encouraged me to include cassava as a major crop that we'll be focusing on in NAUDA. Yes, I had it in mind that cassava was important. We all know how the role Nigeria plays in cassava globally. We, as at 2021, I think we were producing about 65 million metric tons of cassava annually, largest globally. And of that, you know, the global export market, trade market of cassava, as at then was about $3.65 billion US. And it will shock you to note that Nigeria, being the largest producer of cassava, was only playing about $1 million out of 3.65 billion. So we are the largest producer, but we are the lowest beneficiary. As a nation, we need to be intentional when we drive policies and we go for things. And being in the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the renewed hope agenda is alive and is moving. The president does not believe in mediocrity. You cannot thrive if you're mediocre. You must think outside the box and work towards it. And the president has given us all the support we need. So in doing this, we have decided that Nigeria must play a major role in the international market of cassava derivatives.
The Chinese ambassador to Cairo, Loy Liquang, says that the Chinese government issued a decree exempting Egyptian goods from customs duties upon entry into the Chinese market. The move seeks to promote further high-quality Egyptian product and the volume of trade between the two sides, with Liquang stating that China has been Egypt's largest trading partner for near 13 consecutive years. During the Egyptian-Chinese Investment Forum, he emphasized the depth of economic relations between the two countries and the agreement to enhance cooperation across various investment and industrial sectors. And that's it on the news at 5. Thank you for watching. I'm Olumide Macaulay.